Alright, hello everybody and welcome in. We are going to be starting a new game here. We'll be doing some Star Control 2. So we'll see how this game plays out. The first game is more of just mainly focusing on the melee battles with a small strategic layer. So I'm not sure what to expect from this game yet. I haven't ever played this. So, we'll see what happens here. And, yeah, we're going to go through the manual to get an idea of what we're going to be doing here. So we'll be streaming tonight, tomorrow, and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then Saturday and Sunday at 1 p.m. we'll be starting some more Wizardry 8. So we got a good start on Wizardry. We finished the opening dungeon. So now we go out in the real world and we're dying and all that good stuff. So yeah, we'll do some more Wizardry 8 this weekend. So yeah, so welcome between Matt McGrath and the Conic Dude and Jimmy Colorado. Yeah, welcome everybody else who's lurking here. So yeah, let's head to the manual here. I do need to fix my death counter. I always forget to reset it. Alright, there we go. So let's pull up the documentation here. Alright. So, yeah, we'll probably go over pretty much everything except for the melee part, because I kind of already know how to do that. Let's do some new concepts in there. So, we'll go through the lore here, which is quite a bit. There's quite a bit of lore. Yeah, manual is pretty long, like the last, Wizardry one was. Yeah, welcome aboard! Star Control 2 taking a far journey. A space odyssey comes in the realm of science fiction and role-playing. This epic adventure spans hundreds of light years and evokes a history reaching back over 250,000 years. As you travel among the stars, your decisions and actions will directly affect the destiny of 18 intelligent star-faring species, including the inhabitants of Earth. Star Control 2 is only a part of the sequel to Star Control, which focuses exclusively on strategy and tactics of the bitter Oquan slave war, known as the philosophical as the Great Cubicle of Sentiments. You would not have played the first game to enjoy this one. However, if you have never fought a Star Control space battle, you may wish to practice with super melee before the game before facing enemy forces. The evil aliens you encounter adept at the art of war and unforgiving of weakness. The history that follows details the critical involvement of Earth in the conflict between the Alliance of Three Stars and the villainous Roquan hierarchy. Study what happened. Learn from the mistakes of those that went before. Only in this way will we be prepared for the mystery, the truth, and the blazing action of Star Control 2. Alright. Yeah, this game is a favorite of the Conic Dude, who also picked this game. So, in the beginning, the time is in the year 2155. Yet the story begins over 2 centuries before. In the 1930s, a time when surface vehicles on Earth burned fossil fuel. It's all hard to imagine now, of course, getting from place to place in a dangerous, noisy machine with an engine that set fire to spurts of prehistoric goo. Make one shudder. Human had another quaint oddity in these days. There's a little box called a radio that transmitted a mindless mix of music and speech. The radio was a harmless diversion, really, until the radio tower got taller and the broadcast got stronger, until the transmission began to pulse out into the vacuum of space, riding electromagnetic waves throughout the universe. It wasn't long before the broadcast from Earth reached distant stars and several alien races took notice of this new evidence of life on the far-off blue planet. One of the species visiting was hercxena, a life form devoid of conscience or character, a race genetically compelled to conquest. As early as the 1940s, the hercxena began to formulate a sinister scheme to attack Earth. Other aliens, meanwhile, benign species that wish only peace, they planned to warn Earthlings of the hercxena threat. Yep, well, we'll do that, the comic dude. The scrutiny of Earth intensifies. From the strange world, many light years away, both good and evil aliens watch the growing interest of Soviet cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin became the first human to orbit the planet in 1961. Less than a decade later, tremor swept the advanced life form beyond the solar system, as American astronaut Armstrong and Aldrin became the first men to tread Earth's satellite moon. Alien scrutiny of Earth intensified. Meanwhile, the fractional conflict that has scoured mankind since species evolved continued unabated. The small war of 2015 came close to obliterating civilization on Earth, when nuclear combat broke out between several Middle Eastern countries. Fortunately, the exchange was relatively small and limited to less than a dozen warheads, and a global conflagration was narrowly avoided. Even so, nearly 1 million people died. The terrible loss of life and the near thing of a planet-wide Armageddon sobered heads of government around the world. The leaders of the industrial nations and the Third World met at the United Nations headquarters in New York and agreed to cooperate with the immediate strengthening of UN authority. Within 6 months, the UN Security Council assembled a large peacekeeping army and assumed worldwide control over all weapons of mass destruction. Mass kill devices were gathered up from every country that possessed them. The weapons were then dismantled and the components stored in huge subterranean bunkers that came to be known as peace vaults. Simultaneously, the UN outlawed the sale of smaller arms. It took nearly a decade to end the armed conflict on Earth, yet the goal was finally achieved 10 years after the UN summit in 2025. The Earth experienced its first year without war. To ensure the total destruction of the arms trade, the United Nations prohibited future weapon research, including development of nuclear fusion and fission technology that might be adapted for bomb-making purposes. Laser applications were closely monitored to prevent the designs of Star Wars-like weapons. Despite these restrictions, science continued to advance across a wide spectrum of disciplines, especially in biotechnology. Brilliant Swiss scientist Heisen Ho combined the now complete human genome map with sophisticated genetic engineering techniques and perfected the parthenogenesis cloning of the Zurich biotech in 2019. Though the clones were all external appearances human, and sent home, we modified the genes that they were not capable of producing offspring. Meanwhile, a new religious order known as the Homo Deus, the godly men, were founded in the aftermath of the small war and emotional turmoil caused by the destruction of the Holy Lands. Its charismatic founder, former car salesman Jason McBride, built his worldwide following on the thesis that the millennium was near. McBride even predicted the specific date, March 11, 2046, when heaven and earth would join and each devout person would be elevated to a divine status. This movement captured the imaginations of millions of poor and disillusioned individuals worldwide. Within a few years, millions of poor and disillusioned individuals, within a few years, Brother Jason was one of the most powerful and influential people on the planet. Peace, of course. For most people on Earth, the following 2 decades were a golden time of peace and prosperity. This is not the case for Heisen Ho's new adult clone. Seeing Ho's creation as a threat to his godly men, Jason McBride fought to have the clone declared subhuman, calling them androsynths, or fake men. He used the vast resources of his Alamo Deus organization to strip the clones of their human rights. Sadly, the years passed, the Indo-Synths became better and well-treated slaves. Now, unexpectedly, March 11, 2046 came and went without the arrival of Jason McBride's promised millennium. Citing a lack of generality devout people, McBride withdrew from public life and faded into obscurity, his power unfortunately rapidly declining. By the middle of the 21st century, Earthlings began to colonize the solar system. Planet orbiting factories led to lunar bases and soon there were mining and research outposts scattered across the asteroid belt. Yet, the expansion of mankind into deep space was limited by the relatively slow speed at which spacecraft could travel. Research began in earnest to develop a ship that could warp to distant stars faster than the speed of light. The Indo-Synth Rebellion. In retrospect, the clone revolt of 2085 was inevitable. Stronger, smarter, and more adaptable than normal humans, the Indo-Synth despised and deeply resented the status of slave. By the late 70s, there were tens of thousands of Indo-Synths distributed across the planet, many of them doing sophisticated science and technological research. Then in the spring of 2085, the Indo-Synth staged a worldwide rebellion, throwing off the chains with the help of the synthetic human underground. The uprising has been exquisitely planned within 24 hours. The clones have captured nearly every spaceflight facility on the planet. And those synths working at the centers are secretly fueled and readied over 1,000 spacecraft to carry the people off this hated planet. 2 days after the rebellion began, the free clones took over orbital lunar bases, leaving not a single Indo-Synth on the face of Earth. Star Control, the recently established wing of the United Nations military forces, made several attempts to evict the clones. Each time Star Control ships approached, the craft were burnt to ashes by colossal laser weapons. The Indo-Synth scientists had fashioned out of formerly gaining energy broadcast units. After 2 months of futile strikes on the Indo-Synth stronghold, the conventional weapon, the UN leadership decided to use a means of mass destruction stored in peace vaults. Yet before the nuclear bombs and lasers could be reassembled, Star Control starships watching the orbiting bases report an amazing sight. 8 of the largest space stations were accelerating out of Earth's orbit, heading towards the periphery of the solar system. The Indo-Synths had somehow modified huge space stations for the flight, including the recently finished Starlight Hilton. Though Star Control chase ships were never able to catch the space stations, a 10-thruster ore freighter on its way home from the asteroid belt mining base with a hold of titanium was able to make a high-V interception of the ragtag fleet. As the freighter approached the fleeing space station, the sun began to glow with bright energy fields that spun around the ships with blazing speed. According to the pilot's recorded testimony, a great red hole over 500 meters across appeared in front of the space stations. As he watched in disbelief, the stations flew into the hole one by one and vanished into a starburst of white lights. When the last of the Indo-Synth strongholds had disappeared, the hole collapsed rapidly inward, imploding finally to nothingness. Over 30 years would pass before humans encountered the Indo-Synths again. The aliens contact Earth. In 2112, the largest most remote space installation, the Ceres base, was built on the 700-kilometer-wide asteroid with the same name. 3 years later, the Ceres base would be the site of mankind's first official contact with an alien life form, the crystalline Chenjitsu. The alien vessel suddenly appeared out of nowhere, a scarlet blast of light announcing its presence as it took a position of 3 kilometers above the asteroid. Almost immediately, the alien ship began broadcasting this message. People from Earth! We are Chenjitsu! We mean you no harm! We come in peace with an urgent message. Heed these words. There is a horde of conquering warriors advancing towards the solar system from deep space. They are called the hercxena. They know you are here. They will make slaves of you, and they will make slaves of 1,000 races across the galaxy. They will enslave both our species, the Chenjitsu and humans, unless we stop them now. We are not alone in our struggle. There are others who will fight with us against the hercxena. Together, in an alliance with the remaining 3 stars, we may yet turn back the enemy, defeating the hercxena in its hierarchy of battle thralls. We beseech you to join us, for we desperately need your help. But we do not have much time. What is your answer? For a week, the answer on Earth with stunned silence. The Alliance of Free Stars. The Tenjutsu representatives were patient, being the vast intellect and perception. They understood the psychological shock of the sudden appearance had on the inhabitants of Earth, a people who amazingly had never before had contact with a species other than their own. The aliens remained in the solar system for several months, conferring with the political, military, and scientific leaders of Earth. Meanwhile, the Tenjutsu starship transported UN observers through hyperspace to visit several worlds that had been attacked by the hercxena and the hierarchy of battle thralls. A sad evidence of the wholesale slaughter and devastation, and the account of days survivors proved that the Tenjutsu account was true. On August 1st, 2116, Earth joined the Tenjutsu and the other allies, the Muhum, the Yihat, the hercxena, and unofficially the Sirene, to form the Alliance of Free Stars, following the formal ratification of the pact by the United Nations. Star control was placed under the direct authority of the Alliance Command Council. The Tenjutsu expected Earth to play a major role in the Alliance, both as combatants and suppliers of war material. Even though Earthlings were technologically primitive, the civilization had thousands of huge modern factories and millions of skilled workers able to manufacture both munitions and spacecraft. Tens of thousands of thermonuclear weapon components stashed away in peace vaults with additional bonus was supplied even in Tenjutsu. On the day following Earth's formal induction into the Alliance, an alien race known as the Lile appeared, landing first on Earth's moon. They transmitted a request to meet with the Alliance representatives and delegation of treatment and Tenjutsu diplomats journeying to the lunar surface to establish contact. The Alu explained that they were too threatened by the hercxena and had come to join the Alliance of Free Stars. Alliance headquarters was consulted, and soon afterwards, the Airless were welcomed into the coalition. Although the Alu were extremely secretive, being unwilling to discuss even the location of their homeworld, they provided an additional strength to the Alliance. This strength was to be tested almost immediately. The course of war. There were many great battles between the Alliance of Free Stars and hercxena and the hierarchy of battle thralls. Both the Alliance and the hierarchy built hundreds of asteroid forts across the spiral arm of the galaxy. Only a small fraction of these fortified positions and the colonies and mining bases that survived them survived the fighting. As the war spread, new alien races were drawn into the conflict until finally there were 14 separate species at war. On the Alliance side, there were the Earthlings, the Tenjutsu, the Yihat, the Muhum, the Lile, and the Serene, and the hercxena. Fighting with the hercxena were the Mycon, the Spathi, the Innocents, the Fox, the Ararat, and the Ogmag. By 2134, it became clear both sides that the hercxena and their hierarchy of battle thralls were slowly but surely winning the war. Captain Burton's discovery. On March 16, 2134, Star Control Captain Burton, a highly respected 28-year-old female Earthling, was leading a task force of heavy cruisers on a deep recon what is believed to be a friendly sector near the Zemian Bala star cluster. Burton was brilliant and beautiful with a wide set, deep blue eyes, a white even-toothed smile, and a silky straw-colored hair. She also had a figure that turned heads, even aboard a warship hurtling through deep space. She had just taken a navigational starfix from the ship from Earth, suddenly ambushed by an elite force of Andro-Sim Guardian combat vessels. The Andro-Sim ships had modified for extended blazer mode, giving them increased speed and range. The task force was cut to shreds, and only Burton's vessel, the Tuba Moon, escaped from immediate destruction. Knowing the Tuba Moon could not outrun the Guardian ships, Captain Burton engaged in a desperate ploy to save the ship and crew. Fear twinkling the corners of her deep blue eyes, she warped her craft toward the heart of the Zeman star, a nearby supergiant sun. She had a desperate plan, the last-ditch ploy if she prayed would continue to pursue her. Sensors. The bridge crew began to panic as the heat of the cabin climbed to oven-like temperatures. Two enlisted men finally broke under the pressure and came for Burton and tear in the eyes, sweat pouring down the faces. The captain had guts to swallow beauty. She drew her sidearm and held the mutineers off, gaining precious minutes she needed. Finally, the cabin temperature was now nearing 150 degrees Fahrenheit. She judged they were close enough to the Titanic star for a plan to work. As the turbo moon outer hull began to liquefy, Burton jettisoned the ship's entire stock of nuclear missiles and detonated them. From the aeronaut's perspective, the vessel they were chasing had exploded when it flew too close to the super-hot sun. As the aeronaut task force warped out of the system, a severely damaged turbo moon slowly emerged with its hiding place behind the Demon Star. Burton ordered a damage report as she suspected the craft sustained severe damage. Word to ship engineers informed her that they could not make repairs without planetfall in a world with breathable atmosphere. Like most supergiant stars, Demon did not have any Earth-like planets in orbit around it. The turbo moon limped through space for almost a week before a hyper-radar reconnaissance located a hospital planet orbiting a dwarf star Vela. The planet was called the Vela 2 and proved to have oxygen, rich atmosphere, and deposits of metal ore the humans could refine to use to repair the ship. After a successful landing, Burton ordered the engineers to begin repairs. She sent the rest of the crew off to explore their surroundings. It was only pure chance that the young ensign chose to take another unremarkable cave in a nearby hillside. We found within the cave an unremarkable discovery of the century, a huge underground installation, the size of a small city, built in the distant past by an extinct race known as the Precursors. The cave was massive, over 2,500 meters long and averaging 50 meters from floor to ceiling. On the main tunnel were countless side passages and hidden niches, almost all crammed with futuristic equipment and hundreds of long dormant robots. Halfway down the main gallery, a deep crevice slides across the tunnel floor, evidence of a tremendous prehistoric earthquake that offset the adjoining walls by more than 10 meters. Over the centuries, water trickling down into the cave from the planet's surface had carried countless minute traces of calcium carbonate that settled out of lime. The limestone sediment built up, the deposit covered most of the precursor's wondrous machinery with a smooth coating called flowstone that was now 5 to 10 meters thick in places. Artifacts of this powerful and technologically advanced alien species have been found in every quarter of known space. This is the first time the entire precursor base has been discovered. Captain Burton recognized that the wealth of advanced technology that could bring the Alliance victory over the Yukon, but only if scientists could be brought to Vela 2 to study the fantastic find. Realizing the surrounding region of space could fall under the control of the enemy at any time, Burton accelerated repairs to the turbo moon and rocketed back to Earth at emergency warp speed to report the findings to its superiors at Star Control. Within a week, the turbo moon was on its return leg to Vela 2, crammed full of hastily assembled scientific equipment and experts in both precursor civilization and advanced xenos technology. The expedition to Vela 2. Most respected, but least liked precursor expert in the expedition to Vela 2 was Professor Jules Farnsworth. The professor was well known for his formidable intellect and extensive knowledge of the precursor civilization. To recognize his great mind, Farnsworth also had widely disliked for his flamboyant egotism and rude impatience with peers not hanging on to his every word. The man was simply impossible to work with for anyone with a modicum of self-respect. It wasn't long before his fellow scientists on the mission and Captain Burton ruled with the decision to bring Farnsworth along. The professor did little but complain during the voyage from Earth to Vela 2. Yet, as irksome as he was, Professor Farnsworth pursued his work almost immediately upon arrival at the precursor installation. Within hours, he located the base's deactivated central control computer. While the professor worked feverishly on the ancient alien computer, Captain Burton received a fateful message from the Star Control High Command. As feared, the Yukon had smashed through the defensive line drawn between the Mira and Indy constellations. Star Control Relicon ships between Mira and The Renaissance ships reported a large hierarchy task force was hurtling towards Beta star system. Captain Burton was ordered to evacuate our personnel from Beta 2 and return to Earth immediately. Burton's heart beat like a hammer on her chest as she read the rest of the message. Darkentor was paranoid that the precursor of advanced technology fell in the hands of the hated Urquan. To prevent the hierarchy from obtaining these ancient secrets, Burton was ordered to install nuclear devices through the precursor installation. Once the Triple Moon was in orbit, she would set the weapons and destroy the entire complex. The non-military members of the Beta 2 research team were stunned by the order. It's one of the most significant discovery of the century? It was unthinkable. Professor Farns was especially distraught, for he was in the middle of several critical research projects that promised to unlock ancient precursor technology secrets. In an uncharacteristic display of courage, Farns was ordered to remain behind, promising to detonate the nuclear bomb if the Urquan found the precursor cave. The majority of our scientists and engineers also asked to stay at Beta 2 to continue the research. Finally, Captain Burton was persuaded that saving the treasure trove of advanced precursor technology was more important than obeying a direct order from High Command. Still, she didn't trust Farns was to detonate the nuclear bomb should the Urquan land. She decided an only logical thing to do was to remain behind herself. Hey there, fans of Africa! Welcome to the stream. On August 11th, 2134, Captain Burton gave the command to the Tuba Moon, the first officer Chi, with orders to leave the star system immediately. He was to return to Earth at best speed and brief the High Command and Expedition's desperate attempt to save the precursor installation. Chi promised to return with the relief party and supplies as soon as the Urquan attack was repulsed. After Tuba Moon had lifted off, the team quickly moved their equipment deep into the cave system. It obscured all signs of presence on the planet's surface. Now for Urquan, reconnaissance ships scanned the terrain. Bella 2 appeared uninhabited. In weeks turned to months as Captain Burton and her team of 200 waited for the return of the Tuba Moon. Marooned. After 6 months in the caves, food reserves grow critically short, and Captain Burton imposed strict rationing. Professor Farnsworth found a databank and a computer memory describing Bella 2's flora and fauna. Burton felt her spirits soar as Farnsworth pointed out several plants and animals that could be harvested for food. Most likely sources were meat from the red-brown libex, animals that look like winged rabbits, and a six-legged warthog, 2,000-pound beast with pendulous udders that resembled a cross between a cow and a lizard. Both had cell structures, internal organs, and fats remarkably similar to mammals on Earth. The precursor data also indicated that several plant species, especially the giant blue-flowered Icamulin, had the same proteins and sugars and starches as crops humans have been raising for centuries. Captain Burton assigned teams to hunt wild animals and harvest food plants, allowing them out of the cage only under cover of dark for the first year they were there. And gradually as the years passed, the Moon Earthlings grew confident they were safe from the discovery of the Urquan out on this out-of-way planet. They began to see themselves as colonists and moved out of their caves to settle on the surface. Still, with Captain Burton prodding them, the humans remained cautiously built camouflage houses that painted crops in purposeful chaotic patterns. Eventually he gave the planet a name, the Unzervault. It meant simply our world. 10 years to pass marked the death of dozens of colonists from accidents and old age. In the birth of 42 children, several of the scientists had now become full-time farmers. Others fabricated old-fashioned bullet-firing rifles and disappeared into the Unzervault wilderness, appearing months later clad in warthog skins and bursting with tales of strange landscapes and even stranger life forms. Farnsworth's breakthrough. After more than a decade of hard work, Professor Jules Farnsworth announced with considerable fanfare that he finally succeeded in unlocking the secret of the precursor control computer. Without Captain Burton's permission, indeed without even knowing what would happen, Farnsworth commanded the computer to initiate its prime function. The resulting near disaster almost got the professor put in the stockade. Suddenly the immobile machinery within the cave roared to life. Huge electrical arcs shot between massive electrodes, incinerating a wood storage shack. Robotic vehicles began tearing across the cavern floor along the pre-programmed paths. Paths that led them right through several man-made buildings. A 30-meter tall crane machine detached itself from one wall and swiftly rolled through the cave, nearly crushing a group of panicked scientists. It's a miracle no one was killed in the ensuing chaos as humans fled the caves in terror. The next day, robotic vehicles emerged from the cave and cut down a nearby forest. They leveled the ground, covering the surface with some kind of metallic plastic, and then returned to the cave, bronze from the Vila sun, with straw-colored hair pushed up under her commander's cap. Captain Burton led a squad of volunteers back into the caves. Thank you for the Prime Gaming sub. Very much appreciated. On a cautious concept inside the main cavern, the squad came upon the robots assembling a spine of a huge ship, a starship. Although the robots clearly knew the humans were there, turning focus behind scanners into volunteers several times, they obviously did not consider the Earthling the threat. Captain Burton decided it was safe for humans to return to work in the cage, so long as people kept out of the robots' way. Days later, in the past, Farnsworth finally coaxed back to the precursor control computer to control his research. Almost immediately, the professor soon discovered two significant facts. First, the construction process would soon transition out of the cage assembly of the starship would continue on the planet's surface. Second, as Farnsworth could tell, the construction was going to take a long time. The long time that Farnsworth predicted turned out to be nearly a decade. The colonists grew accustomed to the framework of a great starship looming above the tiny village. Day after day, hundreds of robots moving across the surface of the vessel, welding and fitting, assembled, fabricating. Then, one day without warning, the construction robots stopped work and returned underground. They assembled the original position in the cave and shut down completely. The cave was exactly the way the research team had found it, silent, motionless. Professor Farnsworth frantically asked the control computer for an explanation and got an immediate answer. There's not enough raw materials left to finish the vessel, nor there was a suitable substitute anywhere on the planet. A week of tests by Burton and the team proved that the ship was complete enough to blast off from the surface of Vila 2. But it would have to cruise slowly through hyperspace, lightly armed, and only with enough room for a skeleton crew. There's another problem. The controls for the vessel were not designed for humans. It became obvious that the interior layout of the ship, that of the precursor, was giant and seemingly not bipedal. Levers were almost impossible to move. 3 people were required to actuate a single switch. The chairs, beds, and other furnishings were better suited for a woolly mammoth than a human. Some kind of automated control system was needed. After mulling over the problem for several days, Captain Burton decided the only answer was to remove the central control computer from the cave and configure it to run the ship. Surely Professor Farnsworth knew enough about the precursor computer to give it whatever commands were necessary to take the ship back to Earth. Despite vehement protest from Farnsworth, the captain ordered the precursor computer installed in the vessel. After 20 years, marooned on Vela 2, the colonists were at last ready to return to Earth. Or were they? First to begin programming, the computer's Farnsworth broke down and immediately didn't have the foggiest idea how to do it. It turned out he never understood the incredibly complicated system. Instead, for years, he secretly employed the natural computer talent of the Professor's young genius. This gifted child, now a young man, had been born on Yuzafalt, the son of an officer of the People Moon, a research team engineer. Each night, after Farnsworth left the control computer console, the young boy is kept in the cage and tinkered with the computer. Within a few months, the child has established a rapport with the computer far beyond anything Farnsworth has accomplished. When the professor discovered the boy's nocturnal activities, he uses gifts and phony promises to win the child's confidence, and then talks to the young genius activating the entire complex. This time, Captain did throw the professor into the stockade. The Burton called the young man in office and proposed a plan. She would command the starship and he would serve as the pilot, acting as the interface with the starship precursor computer. With trepidation, Liu accepted. They returned to Earth. After 3 months of intensive crew training, Captain Burton felt it was finally time to leave Undervault. You weren't so sure you were entirely comfortable with your new role as a starship officer. Burton listened as you expressed your doubts and then put an arm around your shoulders and reassured you. You made a fine pilot. She trusts the ship to you anytime. Besides, all the plans were set. Two of you would lead the return to Earth, and once there, send back a rescue ship for the colonists left behind. If necessary, Burton vowed you would fight your way through the forces of the Oquan hierarchy. You above all well remember the ship, for during the journey you went through a rite of passage. You left Univalt, a boy, and soon find yourself forced into a man. Lead bravely and boldly and wisely. Think back. Do you recall the exhilaration of blasting off from a tiny planet where you were born? In the sheer terror later, 3 days out, and you approach the perimeter of the cursed York Cloud. You find the tuber moon, Delaret, tumbling through space. The deep burns along the hull and mute evidence as she seen combat and lost. The discovery was, of course, a great shock to Captain Burton. Unconsciously, she chewed her bottom lip, and for the first time, her handsome face showed the awful strain. Awful strain of the past 20 years. She's been engaged to Captain Shi. Through 2 decades, she clung on hope to see him again. Kept alive the dream as they shared a marriage and children and life together. Now that dream was shattered. She knew he was gone, even though there was no body to mourn over. Strangely, there were no bodies at all on board. Most of the important ship systems were intact. You remember how Burton wondered, tears beaming in blue eyes, if Officer She and other crew members had been taken prisoner. Our words conjured up a picture in your mind of Earthlings being tortured, the ordeal provoking mirth in the soulless Urquan. With a few days' work, the engineers brought the tuber moon back to life. What came next changed your life forever. With Captain Burton, you're only one aboard qualified to pilot the Earth cruiser. You were put in command of the precursor starship. Admit it, standing on the bridge, there's Epot, the grieving but bravely smiling Captain Burton pinned on gleaming on your shoulders. You felt proud, sure of yourself. Hey, truth be told, at that moment you thought you were invincible. Your confidence didn't last long, did it? With the tuber moon leading the way, you and Burton pushed the ship out into hyperspace, the parallel dimension where the distance of fantastically compressed and interstellar travel feasible. Blazing white blasters surround your vessel, and everything took on a prism hue. Something up there wasn't right. Remember, your body felt like a vice, and your head was spinning. You fought control, forcing yourself to focus on the soft voice of Captain Burton radioing command from the tuber moon. Set course for Earth. A day later, you think it was a day, but now looking back, you can't be sure. A sinister shadow following you through hyperspace. It moved fast, real fast. Within a couple hours, it approached close enough to interact with your ship's hyperdrive field, pulling you both back into true space. At close range, the enemy ship looked like a pair of spinning red globes, surrounded by a crackling energy field. Some kind of glowing rod or energy beam connected the red globes and alien craft, built up speed as the alien craft built up speed rapidly as it zeroed in on the starship you commanded. Burton saw the attack coming and signaled you to warp out of the area immediately. A moment later, you watched on your command console monitor as the tuber moon passed away on a trajectory to intercept the alien ship. As you pushed up into hyperspace, you saw a crackling bolt of energy lance bolt out from the alien vessel and strike the tuber moon. Burton's craft wobbled violently, then veered off to an erratic course in the general direction of the Univalt. The alien craft was apparently satisfied with disabling the tuber moon, for the strange ship made an 180-degree turn and rocketed at warp speed towards deep space. Once your starship reached hyperspace, you radioed the tuber moon, only to learn that Captain Burton has been killed by the alien's unexpected attack. You felt sick to your stomach. You then wanted to punch the bulkhead. You've been half in love with Burton. You knew that now. Life stunk. Captain Burton's death left you in full command of the mission to find Earth. You navigated the precursor starship back to the original course. Your mind swirled with all that has happened. A terrible doubt overtook you, gnawing at the edge of what has been your strong self-confidence. Would you pull this off? You, a son of Uzavalt, born in a cave, raised by Urtog's milk and Lipic's meat. You, a man who never set foot in the university, never had formal spaceflight training beyond the crash course from Burton. You taught yourself everything, learning from reading computer programs and watching how engineers and scientists did things. The question ate at you now. Had you been a good teacher and a good student? Good enough to prepare you for the awesome task that lay ahead. Time would tell. And time did tell. 5 days later, 5 days after eating an attack, you arrived at the stellar vortex leading out of hyperspace. The scanner showed the vortex spiraling down. To a brilliant yellow star, you knew at once this was the great star that given your life to ancestors. The star your earthling progenitors called the sun. You were out of hyperspace and took the navigational fix. You were just beyond the orbit of the ninth planet of the yellow star Earth, which is the third planet up from the sun. With all thrusters on you. You reached the blue planet in 2 days. A horrible thought crossed your mind. Had the Earthworm broken through the Alliance defense lines and attacked your ancestral home? What is devastation? Had the cities been obliterated by nuclear weapons and survivors left eradicated mutants? Genetic freaks roaming the ashen landscape like primal apes? You'll know in 48 hours. Hey there, Horns fans. Welcome to the stream. Alright, here we are. Alright, now we get to the manual part. So we don't need to look at that. Play keyboard or joystick, alright. Menus. Alright. I'm not sure if we're using the default keyboard command. I'll have to play around with it. So I got the core, space flight, both combat and exploration. Alright, they're under influence of two physical forces and noticing gravity. That's much like the first game. Okay. Interplanetary navigation, travel between planets within a single star system. The interplanetary navigation screen is represented by a sun surrounded by a number of planets, each situated on an eclipse describing its orbital path around the sun. As you navigate your ship toward the center of the star system, the view expands to show you a more detailed view of the inner planets. When you approach a planet, the view will expand once more, showing a close-up view of your world, plus displaying any moon which may be orbiting the main planet. Yep, Strike Commander is done. So, yeah, so last week we just did pretty much the Strike Commander. So we are doing, start reading the manual for Star Control 2. And we started Wizardry 8 for the weekend. So Wizardry 8 will be doing Saturday and Sunday. And of course we'll be doing Star Control 2 today, tonight, Thursday and Friday. Hey there, Maslin. Good to see you. Alright, most known galactic space is inhabited. The likely encounter groups of alien starship anyone in the voyages. Alright. So we got different types of planets. Gas giants. Hydrogen and helium. Of course, you cannot land on gas giants, obviously. So you can't do anything with gas giants yet. Water world. Alright. We got the Selenic world, or small but not that big composed of light carbon minerals and metals. Dust world, metal oxide, the little usable mineral deposits. So dust world are kind of crap. Hydrocarbon world, or water world, but instead of H2O, these are covered with air of richly buried inorganic hydrocarbons, such as ethanol. Mostly notable for the ability to support life. Okay. Got the primordial world. silicate sheet configuration. Applies energy to volatilize the planet carbon dioxide. Yeah, metallic worlds. They're exceptionally valuable finds. They have intense gravity, obviously. The reduction world, they're very similar to the water world. Gas, not oxygen. You probably can't land on those either. We've got radioactive worlds. So they have valuable radioactive elements. More or less common planet, types of planets to be found in the galaxy, each with their own unique characteristics. It's up to you to look at these unknown worlds and determine their nature. Alright, so listen to the two space areas. It's very similar to the overworld is very similar to Starflight. Where you fly to a planet, or fly to a star, then the star turns into a solar system, and then you visit a planet. Alright. Alright. Things exchange in hyperspace, subtle difference in physics cause a substantial redshift in the visible spectrum, casting everything a blood red light. A sudden explosion of bright light and coruscating energy bursts, which are common in hyperspace, are proven harmless. In theory, these are manifestations of objects which are moving quickly through hyperspace into adjacent dimensions. So, fuel use. Alright, uses a huge amount of fuel. They do not run out of fuel in an alien universe in big, bold letters. So basically, you want to make sure you have a lot of fuel. Alright, this is return to true space. So the star map shows the stars of the space. You can expand the star map to get a clearer look at the viewed region by the insert key. The insert and delete are used to zoom in and zoom out on the star map. Oh, cool. So once you learn more about the aliens, you will find out what the alien sphere of influence is. You can fly to any star in space beyond using navigation controls to travel above. And convenient, you can also have an automatic pilot fly your vessel directly to the desired star location in hyperspace. Okay. Now we can scan the planet. It'll tell you the planet type. This isn't from Earth, I guess. The temperature, tectonic weather, atmospheric pressure, mass. So 1.0 is equal to the mass of Earth. Get the radius, gravity, and the axial tilt. Alright, you can do a minimal scan. we want to find purple. And probably green, the real earths. And probably corrosive minerals as well. I guess red. My guess is gonna be red, green, and purple are gonna be the most important. But obviously, you want to get some of the other ones as well. I'm not exactly sure how resources are handled in this game. If they are just like one single value, or the different metals have like different values and you can use to build different things. So you're going to get the minerals that are on the surface, and you have no way to dig to get minerals. Oh, do biological scans, so you can find out what kind of life forms are there, which is interesting. Get an energy scan. Oh, so you're going to use it to find alien ships or installations on the planet. And dispatching a lander. You can hold up to 10 landers, alright. Hey, Amazine, welcome to the stream. Yeah, you missed the like 1 hour opening of the lore of the game. Visible spec tanks, that's not good. Can return to the surface of the structure anytime I'm pressing the spacebar. Alright, gathering minerals. Alright, automatically gather minerals. This is very starflighty here. The gathering mineral parts is very starflighty. Very similar to how Starflight does it. Except for it's based on the color. So you can get any of these minerals on any of the planets, I guess. Alien world can be extremely hostile. So if the entire crew gets destroyed on the lander, the lander will be destroyed. And all the minerals and devices they have collected. Alright, so you can encounter hazards like earthquakes, lightning, hotspots, native life forms. Interesting life forms usually mean dangerous. You will be unable to ask in terms of how dangerous the creature is until attack. Then it might be too late. Yeah. To collect life form data, you need to thoroughly examine the creature. A stun blast. Then you can examine it. Alright. Alright, so you can exchange life form data. The Starflight has this, but you couldn't do anything with it. You got almost no money for it. So I'm not sure if this game is any better in that regard, or if it's not really worth the time and effort to do it. Cargo, you can check your cargo. Different types of minerals. You can discard the less valuable minerals. You're using devices. You're in the game, you'll find, buy, and otherwise obtain devices you can aboard the flagship. So to get artifacts, I guess. Very similar to Starflight, where they have special artifacts. So my guess is, based on reading this manual so far, this game takes a lot of stuff from Starflight. Except for the combat. So this is probably gonna be more like an adventure game with real-time combat. This is my take on this so far. Saving the game, blah blah blah, load save game, change the game settings, changing the name of the starship, quitting the game. Alright, early on in the course of the game, again, that's a huge star base orbiting Earth. This is my base of operations, okay. Okay, so we get the starbase. Alright, so with the raw materials, we'll be able to build more stuff for my mothership. At the beginning of the game, your flagship is incomplete. You spend much of the first part of the game gradually building it into one of the most powerful vessels in the galaxy. To do so, you must gather minerals or other resources from across space and bring them back to the starbase. When you choose outfit flagship in the main starbase, you will see schematics display the vessel, its components, its present fuel supply, and the landers you have on board. Turn rate. You got the velocity, fuel. So it takes 10 units of fuel to. That's not. I thought I said that the lander takes 10 fuel. So I'm imagining that it might take fuel to take the lander down to the planet. So flagship enhancement model. So this is basically a modular ship. So you can put stuff on and take stuff off. Got thruster, altitude, lander, and multi-function. Yeah, so I think the number one priority is going to be the thruster and altitude models. Making your ship fast is probably be priority before anything else. Figure out how much all the stuff costs and how we get minerals. Empty out the fuel or the cargo bay if you want to reduce it, that's fine. Now we can build new ships. So your mothership, you're gonna have a crew of other ships. So you're more than likely want to fly those other ships instead of using the mothership for combat. So we can add crew. We have 12 escort vessels. Alright. And we add more crew to each vessel being built. So the selection of ships you'll be able to build is very limited at the beginning of the game. To expand the list, you'll need to make alliances with other alien races. You only receive these gift ships from other races to have room in their fleet. Therefore, you may want to keep 2 or 3 slots open. Good to know. Probably won't use these other ships unless until we talk to everybody and get ready for the final battle, I guess, or something. We'll see how it goes. How the mothership operates in combat. Might be a bad idea to do that. It might cost more to fix it. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. You can decommission the ship. You can depart starbase. You don't leave the starbase. You can encounter alien ships in hyperspace and interplanetary space and orbit around certain planets. Some encounters you can avoid, others are unescapable. In some situations, you may chase down the alien and make contact with them. Red screen. Alright, you can save before you have a fight, which is good because we're probably gonna die a lot. We can converse with aliens. Set up possible phrases. So we can choose the right phrase. So I guess dialogue trees. The fun part is talking to two is ship-to-ship tactical combat. Alright, so we already kind of know how this works. Collusion and asteroid fields and planets. We already know about how that works. Get the batteries and the ships, how much energy they have. Okay, got victory and defeat. So it looks like these battles are going to be one-on-one. So it's not going to have the massive space battles. So it's always going to be 1 versus 1 until you run out of ships and whoever at the end wins. You can run away, hit an escape key. Not available at the beginning of the game, so we'll be able to escape early on. Now, defeat all the enemy vessels and attacking force. You will scavenge and analyze the enemy records. Scavenge report will tell you how much you've reclaimed. Okay. I got the Tenjutsu. So, yeah, same aliens as in the first game. Change entirely non-aggressive, preferring calm, philosophical discussions about other activities. The mysterious race. Awakened with knowledge and purpose, to date they have not revealed the exact nature of their long-term mission. Within a century of the first ship was built, they had established peaceful relations with nearby Senjutsu, colonized adjacent stars in the Virgin's constellation. I might want to take some notes up. So they're in the Virgins, I'm not sure. They're what, in the Virgin? The vaginas. I'm not sure if they actually have how the space map's gonna work. The Yehat are a race of avian creatures that are like pursuit of honor of their clan and the queen and themselves to combat. Alright. Bumblebees. Alright. It's been needed to Yehat for over 2,000 years, dating back far beyond the Industrial Age. Given the intensely martial society and advanced weapon technology, the Yehat became the backbone of the Alliance Starfleet. So no information about that, but it's definitely probably honorable, right? The hercxena, alright, of large marsupial. Ethical framework. When the Yehat first found them in 2075, the hercxena were living in fortified mud castles in a feudal society similar to medieval Japan. The Yehat had such admiration for these feisty little warriors that they immediately adopted them and took responsibility for the hercxena's uplift, swearing that no peace-loving race would be allowed to dilute these hercxena's liberal warlike tendencies. During the war, the primary responsibility of hercxena starships was to act as advanced scouts, establishing mines, colonies, and fortifications throughout the stars. And then we had the Alulule. They're telepathic. Alright, great secrecy. The location of their homeworld, or even the native region in space, is unknown. As much as else about these beings. In fact, very distant of the other relay was not certain until the year 2116, when they appeared without warning on Earth's moon and asked to be inducted into the Alliance. Alright, and the Cyrene. Cosmic tectonic upheavals. Male population who are rare in the patrol were virtually eliminated. So in the following decade before the war, the Cyrene became wandering spaceships navigating the fleet of habitats through the starways, searching for new planets of surpassing beauty that would forever wash away the pain of losing Syria, the Eden. The Cyrene became an unofficial member of the Alliance in 2120 after suffering repeated Ukwan attacks on the fleet of slow-moving habitats. Adapting the remaining patrol vessels for combat, the Cyrene became a potent force in the fight against the Ukwan. The single great weakness of the Cyrene Starfleet is severe shortage of trained crew members. It was alleviated by the Cyrene scientists who developed a psionic amplifier, which can compel even the most hostile alien race to serve as Cyrene ship captain with perfect faithfulness. Crews aboard the Cyrene ships become a real patchy of alien races with Iraq, Bathy, and other working dutifully side by side with human volunteers under the command of the beautiful Cyrene officers. Alright, you got the Urquan. Of course, we got the Urquan dudes. Extremely territorial and aggressive, and involved by non-social hunter killers. The Urquan are unwilling to communicate directly with other species because they do so be demeaning. Therefore, when giving orders or interrogating enemies, the Urquan use talking pets, large-brained frog-like creatures, which are non-sentient but possess a empathic ability to translate the languages. The Urquan are like the big bad in this game, so there's no way that we're going to be even trying to get an alliance with them. Mycons are not plant nor animal. They're asexual. So the Mycons are most comfortable in a hellish environment with hot rocks and poisonous vapors. We got the Spafai. Slight soft with the vital organ covered by a hard shell surface. There's somewhat confusion on why the Spafai chose to fight with their quad, since they certainly didn't fight very hard against them, helping surrender after the 6 hours of combat. It tastes great in butter sauce, right? Good point, right? You got the Oomga. You got the blob creatures. They have the fear of open spaces. So so these guys are in let's see. The Orionist constellation. Yeah, we got the Bucks, the bipedal. Will be considered humanoid if not for the heads. There's a combination of a squid and a banana slug. They love look pretty. Like to spend all the time on clothing, jewelry, and useless finery. Alright, the grievous assault and subsequent ill will between Earth and Bucks delayed the Bucks entering the line long enough for Earth wants to enslave them. Then we got the Endosins, which we already know about. Those are human clones. Right, and then the Ilrath. No way, advanced technology or all resources. However, with no quantity species, this spider-ish Ilrath became dangerous indeed. Now, with modern weapons and drive systems, the Ilraths revel in the opportunity to deceive and destroy other forms of life. As is required by the twin gods of evil, Dugar and Kazan. Alright, don't have to worry about solving issues. We can boot this either. Super Melee in the Oak-Quan version is right in the menu, so you don't have to have any other setup. I'm sure all that's going to be self-explanatory. Alright, the keyboard configuration utility was also in Star Control 1. So we got the Euro Relay Skiff. Yeah, I got the Tranjitsu Broadhome, the Open Cruiser. These were all in the previous game. The Muham X form. This is my favorite ship so far. And the hercxena, they can blow up enemy ships. And then the Irene Penetrator. It's also in the previous game. And the E-Hat Terminator. And the Anderson Guardians. The Irath Avenger, these fire breathing. Oh, they have cloaking. And you got the Mycon pod ship. I think these are the annoying ones that they fought, those green ships in the first game. Oh, these ball things. These pod ships, yeah, these guys are super annoying. And you got the Spathy Eluder. These guys are kind of very fast, but very annoying. And then you got the Umma drone. Yeah, this is also in the first game as well. Then we got the Fox Intruder. So that's the new ship, I think, the Fox Intruder. The Micron have long-range shocking shots, so that's fun. And the Spathy aren't too bad. And then, of course, we got the Urquan Dreadnought, which we are all familiar with from the last game. And then we got the Kual Marauder. This is the new ship. Spinning metal blade discs remain mother placed. When enemy vessel draws near it, attacks on the other vessel closes with it. The blade around the ship and another the opponent's path with spinning weapons. These guys sound like fun. And then you got the E-Twig Juggler. We got the E-Twigs. Alright, and we got the Tratus Torch. Ultra high pressure bolt of plasma at the rear of the craft. You propel the ship forward at great speed and acts as an effective turbo boost. Oh wow, rather than using the engines, it will actually slow the vessel down. Interesting. Using the rear torch, commanders can stay away from the shorter range ships and hit enemy with a long range weapon. These don't sound too bad. The Suppuck's Blade. Any ship can get in another ship to chase off is an advantageous position. Blade in reverse direction. The ships in the main Suppuck reverses direction on the thrust and flies backwards, shooting at the ship that's suddenly following. That's an interesting ship. And the Punkong Fury. Rapid fire, very short minigun. Death Blossom. Well, a Punkong ship is destroyed in combat and frequently reappear instantly. And with no visible signs of damage, the Punkong claim that this is resurrection is due to a trace of blood by the gods which flows throughout each Punkong as a result of some divine indiscretion on their homeworld. several thousand years ago. Other alien races believe that this resurrected vessel is in fact a more projection generated by Pakhan vessels. It's also cloaked with some kind of invisibility field. Oh yeah, that sounds like kind of weird. The melanomy. It was a trader ship. I don't think we'll ever fly one of these though. The melanoma ship will not generate energy while holding the weapon, however. These times, these weapons act as the front shield for the ship. And I got the ray that causes the enemy to tumble out of control. And then we've got the Tremere Avatar. Maybe the most powerful ship in space with the lasers so dangerous that when fired, it ionizes solar wind. Laser strike enemy vessel's hull with twice the destructive force as the feared box laser. Orbiting around the Avatar are 3 Zapsats. 30 satellites automatically fire their own laser weapons as incoming ships and missiles. The Tremere's Avatar's special powers is the tractor beam, which generates focused beam of artificial gravity, pulling the enemy vessel like a fish on a line. The biggest threat to the Avatar is the Korak Marauder's fiery gas ring, which will instantly destroy any satellite it touches. This sounds like a good ship. Sounds good on paper, anyway. You got the Oars Nemesis. To cover the gun, the payment hold on, the rotated. Since sighting features Space Marines, encased in the vacuum filled exoskeleton, these relentless soldiers use their jetpack to chase down enemy ships and then burn entry holes through the hulls. Each Department of Marines increases Nemesis crew by 1. Return Nemesis with more fuel and ammunition. That is interesting. I'm not sure how useful that's going to be. The Dread Mauler. Sharpshooters are the only weapon with a high velocity, long range cannon. When fired, the recoil of the massive discharge will send the Mauler sailing backwards. Should the heavy projectile try to target the enemy vessel with a similar shove, the experienced Dread commander uses this recoil fast as a super thruster. Dread Mauler is pitifully slow energy regeneration. When able to shoot the ship as a sitting duck. To compensate for this weakness, the Dread has a matter to energy converter that transforms crew members into instant bursts of power. Each time the special power is activated, one crew member will be tossed into the furnace. Now that ship kind of sucks. You got the Zarkbach Pit Stinger. Spray a minute antimatter with an annihilate a tiny portion of enemy ship while releasing colossal amounts of heat and light. Point blank range attacks, the Stinger maneuver adjacent to the enemy vessel and quickly extend a rigid alloy tube from the front of the ship. Shoots like the enemy ship's exterior bores a tiny hole through the hull metal and injects a high pressure stream of hot plasma. And the Scaliendo probe. Devouring asteroids and zapping anything it touches with a massive electrical discharge. While the player can cause the probe to stop, the rotation control requires a change in its trajectory. And the thrust control will make the probe reverse directions instantly. Gravity has no effect on this vessel. However, impacting the planet will be severely damaging. The probe's best combat strategy is first to energize the lightning battery by moving close to an asteroid and using its special power to pulverize the rock and absorb it as energy. Then the probe must move towards the opponent, dodging all incoming missiles. Getting close enough for the screen to zoom at the most magnified view, the probe to unleash its auto-fire lightning. So his batteries are exhausted, all the while maneuvering to stay behind its opponent. like 10 planetary landers. Yeah, 11 thrusters, 8 turning jets. 16 crew pods, 16 bays. We got 500 units of minerals on here. They hold up to 16 fuel tanks. Diamonds combat batteries. So that's increases your fire rate. And we got the ion gun racks. Alright, so you got 4 slots. It's recommended that you balance the number of your ion gun racks on your vessel with 1/3 to 1/2 as many diamond amounts to provide your ship with adequate rate of fire in combat. New types of mods become available as the Earth surveys as the game progresses. The function and cost of such mods will be explained as they are made available. Alright, we are done with the manual. Hey there, Lord Mandel. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so that is it. So, from reading the manual, it sounds like it's a lot like Starflight. With the exception of the fact that combat is real time. And you get to have other ships in the mothership that you can use for combat. Alright, so that's the manual. I guess we got to play the game now, right? Survived the manual. Indeed, Putmobile. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Alright, let's turn off the custom music track now. We're gonna actually play the game. We'll try to play the game. I'm not sure how difficult this game can be, but we'll see. Okay, so yeah, we're playing with the Euroquad Masters mod. So let's watch the opening cutscene here. Based on the source code of Star Control 2. There were many great battles. Earth and her partners in the alliance of 3 stars. Against the evil Urquan and its hierarchy of battle thralls. And the Urquan were winning. Meanwhile, on the edge of the known frontier, an amazing discovery was made. Far beneath the surface of an unexplored alien world, a huge underground city, filled with the technological wonders of an advanced alien race, the precursors. We vanished 1,000 centuries ago. But then the main Urquan fleet broke through the Alliance's defense line, isolating the planet, stranding the scientists 100 light years away from Earth. They waited hopefully for a rescue vessel, which never came. 20 years have passed. We, the survivors of the research mission, have colonized this world. We continued our investigation at the underground city. And we have discovered its purpose. It is a factory. A factory for building starships. But there aren't enough material to make a complete vessel. We can finish only the skeleton of one starship. But that must be enough. Because you must captain the vessel and return to Earth. To travel the great distance, you must push through into hyperspace. Find out what has happened over these many years. Tell Earth of our plight. And if the war with the hercxena still rages, fight for Earth and the Alliance as well as you can. Alright, here we are. I think we're on Earth, I think? I'm not too concerned about spoilers. If it becomes too much of a problem, I'll do something about it, but it'll be just like any other game. Alright, so... Oh, I see, I'm right here. At the edge of space.
Attention, interloper. Heed this recorded message. This drone vessel speaks with the voice and authority of hercxena. You are trespassing within hercxena space. This world, Earth, may not be approached for any reason, nor will hostilities against our orbital platform be tolerated. In addition, your ship does not respond to standard hierarchy identification transmissions, and is therefore deemed to be independent. This is not permissible. Only subservience shall be tolerated. This drone now leaves to inform the hercxena of your transgressions. You are commanded to remain here and await the arrival of the hercxena. Disobedience will be punished.
Oh, we need to blow this thing up. Alright, I guess not. Yeah, to make a save. Well, I guess we call this the first save. Alright, the hercxena are already giving me issues here. Alright. What else can we do here? We got no car, nothing in my cargo. We got 18 crew members. Where are we in the star map? Wow. That is a That's a large star map. Alright, this is just the thing. And once you get moving, you're always moving. It kind of sucks. Let's turn around and... yeah, let's try scanning it. Mineral? Alright, vacuum, negative 18C. We got biological. Alright, let's go to the stove. Go to the star base here. Oh, missed it. I guess you can't land on the, can't do anything with the star base right now. Can't do anything there either. The only thing I can do is this planet. What's this auto scan? Oh, there's all the scans. Dispatch. Let's go down here. There you got some iron. Aluminum. Oh, what we got here? Report from surface! We have discovered an alien base and have explored its interior. The installation must have been abandoned many years ago, but great care has been taken to make it appear active. Life support systems are functioning. Fusion generators are full output, and robotic construction vehicles have been programmed to roam the lunar surface. Old agent moved us into random piles. In addition, we have found installations hyperwave locked into transmit mode, endlessly playing the same alien recording. Although we cannot translate the message, our xenotech inside Rigby believes the message is some kind of alert or Mayday broadcast. The base is filled with useful materials and equipment. We will scavenge as best as we can and bring it aboard immediately. Alright. Let's see what else we can get here. We got some calcium. Hey, we killed something. Oh, you got 12 calcium. Hey there, see? Yeah, looks like the won't do anything. No, I think we've fully explored. There's nothing else here. Can't go off the edge of the map. Okay. I guess we will, if you do think it's a star base? I don't know. I think that we should be able to do something here.
Attention unidentified space vessel. I am Starbase Commander Hayes of the slave planet Earth. Our hyperwave broadcast is extremely weak. Situation critical. Energy cores exhausted. Scanners and deep radar are non-functional. We cannot identify your vessel. Are you the scheduled hierarchy resupply ship? Repeat, are you the resupply vessel?
No, this is the Starship Vindicator, but we stand ready to assist you.
The Starship what? Never mind, look. We won't last much longer. Here's our situation. According to our oath of fealty to the Urquan, we must maintain the starbase, but we have no space vessels of our own. And the shield prevents us from contacting Earth, so we're totally dependent on the Urquan supply vessels for everything we need up here. We know there's a hierarchy base on the surface of the moon, but we can't contact them. The Urquan were supposed to resupply the base at regular 5-year intervals, but we haven't received anything in almost 8 years. What we don't recycle, we can usually synthesize, but to do so, we need replacement radioactives for our generator energy cores. If you could bring us some radioactive elements, we can fabricate the cores ourselves. Are you willing to help us?
Yeah, where can we find the radioactive elements you need?
The fastest way to get radioactives in this system would be to land on Mercury and scour the surface for deposits of radioactive elements. But be careful. Mercury's a pretty inhospitable place. Watch out for earthquakes and those high temperature areas.
Alright, find the elements you require.
Thanks, I'll make sure to mention this the next time I talk with our masters. I'm sure they will reward you.
Probably not. Alright, should probably make a save here. Okay. So I guess we need to go to Mercury. Just need to go navigate. Yeah, you couldn't tell when we found it on the moon, right? So, yeah, Mercury's gonna be... Mercury's the closest to the, Make a save here because he might die. I would consider fast death or slavery, right? Yeah, there's no reward for this. We'll do this mission and see what happens. Do you want the dark area? Or do you want the light areas? Let's try going down here. This could be bad. Well, that was bad. Yeah, we lost our crew? Nah. Yeah. Yeah, that didn't go too well, did it? Well, I started to find on Mercury, so I don't know if I have much of a choice here. Maybe I can do Venus? I don't know if I can do... Let's go and try landing again. Try landing on the dark spot instead, see if that's better. This is not going to end well. Full? No, you lost crew members. That's not good. They didn't find any green stuff for you. I'm not sure why we're picking that stuff up. This is probably gonna be death. Level 4 again. So we'll get full pretty quickly. Oh, I thought the radioactive was green. Manifest. Oh, so it's orange? But we already lost like half of our crew. Almost half. Let's go back and see what happens. Alright, let's see what happens here. So I guess we need more.
The fastest way to get radioactives in this system would be to land on Mercury and scour the surface for deposits of radioactive elements. But be careful. Mercury's a pretty inhospitable place. Watch out for earthquakes and those high temperature areas. Hurry back, Captain.
Right. Maybe we need to go to the other planet. Let's try to go to the other red planet. It's very hard to control, kind of annoying. Really? No, this is Mars. We might have to get back to Mercury. Let's do another scan here. Oh, aluminum, we got potassium. Bismuth. So it looks like there's not a lot. So it looks like we have to do mercury. We could already gather material, gather other resources first. Alright, let's head back. Navigate. Alright, let's head up. Let's try the green planet. Let's see what we got, what kind of stuff's done here. Venus. I'm surprised Venus would be green. Alright, let's start over here, I guess. Oh shit! This is not good. Oh, we're gonna die. Temperature is 457 degrees Celsius. Yep. Alright, let's go to Mercury and pick up some more stuff, I guess. Alright, there's some one stuff right here. So how much of it did I get? I had 8 last time and it wasn't enough. And yeah, all the one stuff that's here. Let's go back to the main menu. We got like what, 32. Make a save. Oh, I didn't want to do that. This would be good to see if we can rescan and get more minerals, I guess. So it looks like you can't, like, continuously get minerals from the planet. Oh, I got all the... Get all this good stuff, I guess. Alright. Let's have all my crew here. Yeah, so I got all the high-end minerals here. Whoops, I want to do that. Yeah, you got a whole bunch of, whole lot of it. Let's go back and see if we've got enough. Got all 32 that we could get from there. I'll make a save since we didn't lose any lives here. Yeah, 3 times 119 for all that iron, right? You also need a lot of money, right? So we'll have to grind for money, so we'll do it at some point. We're gonna need to upgrade our mothership. This is so dumb. Come on. Alright.
Did you find any radioactive elements for our power cores?
Alright. We're gonna get more information out of them. Do we just automatically transfer them? Let's get more information out of it. See what we learn anything from these guys.
I couldn't quite make it out, Captain. Could you please repeat? I couldn't quite make it out, Captain. Could you please repeat?
I guess you can't do that.
I'm sorry, Captain. Your message was garbled. Our receivers have very little power.
Alright, so we're just handing over these radioactives.
We're initiating transfer of radioactives, Captain. Now, as soon as our engineers can refit the energy cores, that's much better. Power ratings are climbing. Life support is coming back into the green. Deep radar systems and sensors are now online, and I can scan your vessel. What the hell kind of ship is that? Just who are you, Captain?
I am Captain Zelnick of the Starship Vindicator. We are the survivors of the Star Control Science Research Team through the Bella Star System.
Star Control Science Mission, huh? Captain, I served as a Star Control officer during the war aboard several cruisers in the Corward Front. And if there'd been any scientific mission to Vela, I would have heard about it.
The mission was highly secret.
You know, come to think of it, there were some rumors that Corridor 9, the Special Operations Division of Star Control, was directing some hush-hush operation near Androsynth Space. The Vela Star System, yes, that would be the right direction. So, Captain, if you say it's true, how do you explain that huge alien starship you're flying? And why are you here? What do you want from us?
Yeah, I think I don't know, the bottom screen cut off? Might be. Let me see if I can fix that. That should be better. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Alright. Alright, so every time the Earth give you the technological secrets and precursors and help you fight the hierarchy.
Fight the Urquan. Win back our freedom. I remember having such thoughts myself once, long time ago. That was in the first years after the defeat, when it was still terrifying to look up and see the bloody glow of the pulsating slave shield overhead. Though day and night we gazed up at the impenetrable wall as though the sheer power of our hatred would pull it down. But over the years I spent so much of my time struggling, down on the surface, under the shield, and then later up here trying to keep the station alive, that I'd forgotten what it means to be free, to hate our Urquan masters. And now here you are, in an alien ship of unknown power, offering me your assistance to fight against the hierarchy again after all these years. Captain, your offer is intriguing. It's tempting to think that with your advanced precursor technology we can somehow crack the Earth's slave shield and reassemble the Alliance to attack the hierarchy. And this time, win the damn war. Consider the consequences if you should fail. The Urquan won't just punish us here on the station, they'll exact a gruesome retribution on the surface below as well. Before I commit this station to helping you attack the Urquan and accepting the risk of annihilation if we are defeated, I have to make sure that you and your ship have what it takes to oppose the hierarchy. I'll make you a deal. If you can eliminate the alien base on the moon and get rid of that threat at least, I will seriously consider your offer.
Oh, it did that. Oh, we found the base, but completely abandoned years ago.
I'll be darned. All these years we've been listening to their incoherent broadcast, and we never even guessed. Captain, listen closely. Long-range sensors show a ship closing on this station fast. Our computer identifies it as Ilrath, Avenger class. I think you've got a fight on your hands, Captain. Your best bet is to wait until you have point-blank range. Captain, it's jamming our signal.
Oh, crap.
By the fetid breath of the Dark Twin Kazon, a human and an alien starship. How fascinating. When I intercepted that Urquan drone and learned that an unidentified starship had approached Earth, I never expected to find such a remarkable vehicle in the hands of a human. Humans are prey animals, weak and helpless.
Of course, Iconic.
Here is a human in an armored starship, and therefore in direct violation of the oath of fealty. I am sure our masters, the Urquan, will punish Earth most severely for this treachery when I present them with the twisted wreckage of your ship and your many charred corpses.
I don't think you can save here. Where the hell did you come from?
Since you will soon be dead, I will gladly explain. We have spent many years gleefully preying on the Pakanka. They are a pitiful, easily killed species. And we would have continued in this divine worship of Togar and Kazon, but we required additional crew members and repairs to our cloaking device. So we departed the Jiglas constellation and set course for home. But before we had reached our region of space, we detected the passage of a nearby vessel, the hercxena drone. It informed us about you, so here we are. And now, you die!
Oh, I don't have any ships other than my big ship. Oh, this is not going to be fun. I'll have this.
What a beautiful sight, Captain. I haven't seen an Avenger blown away like that since the battle in Draco. I guess you've shown that you can handle yourself in battle, Captain. So my last reservation about helping you has been dissolved. I will commit this station to helping free Earth and defeat the hercxena. We may get our atoms rearranged in the process, but by God, Captain, we're going to try. So the obvious first step is to get the precursor equipment and software over here so that we can make it work with our ship repair fabricators. But then what, Captain?
Let's see here. I probably want to do option number 3 here. We slowly build our strength, unify an allied starfleet, and bring the hercxena to the need equivalent.
A sensible plan, Captain. Let's get to work. Good luck. By the way, Captain, I think we need a name for this new alliance we're going to forge. And since it was your idea, it's only fair that you get the honor of naming it. So, what will it be?
Let's do the new alliance of 3 stars.
Okay, that sounds pretty inspiring. So be it. The new alliance of free stars. Now, Captain, I expect the configuration process for the starbase to take at least 2 weeks, so let's get to work. I have good news to report, Captain. We have successfully integrated the precursor technology from your ship into our fabricator system, and as you can see, we've already begun minor repairs on your ship, patching up some of the micrometeorite holes. We noticed that your ship does not have an emergency warp escape unit, so our engineers rigged up some for you and each of your escorts. Now, you should be able to escape from a bad situation with the touch of a button. But there is a cost, however. The unit gulps up 5 fuel units each time your precursor ship uses it. Also, we now have a limited capacity to make modifications to your ship, to refine starship fuel, to build additional combat ships, and to train new members of your crew for the flagship and any ships you acquire for your fleet. Captain, I know you're eager to get to work, so I'll be brief. If you have any questions how this starbase works, what resources we need, or just some background information on the galaxy, don't hesitate to ask.
Alright, so what do we want to do? We want to get the minerals to offload.
The more minerals you bring us, Captain, the faster we'll be able to tackle the hercxena.
Alright, got some more additional money. Before proceeding, I have some additional background information.
Certainly, Captain. What do you need to know?
Would you elaborate on the facilities here at the starbase?
We can modify your precursor ship, build additional combat vessels, and supply you with fuel and crew.
What can you do to enhance and modify the
Our
Vindicator?
engineers and precursor specialists agree with the scientists from your world that your starship was designed to be a workhorse vehicle, which can be easily reconfigured for different missions by adding or swapping self-contained equipment packs, which we call modules. The modules we can build right now are thruster units, which make your ship move faster, attitude jets, which allow you to rotate the ship more quickly, crew pods, which provide life support facilities for up to 50 additional crew members, storage bays, which increase your ship's cargo capacity for mineral resources, fuel tanks, which hold an additional 50 units of fuel, dynamos, which feed energy into your combat energy batteries, improving your weapon's rate of fire. And last but not least, ion bolt guns, combat weaponry, the exact function of which depends on its location aboard the ship. When put in the first or front module slot, it fires a single shot forward. When put in the second slot, it fires 2 shots, spread to the left and right of center. When put in the third slot, it fires 2 shots directly left and right. And when put in the last or rear slot, it fires a single shot straight backwards.
Alright. So, how can I get fuel from the Vindicator?
This
For the
base is
Vindicator.
designed to service hierarchy ships. Fortunately, your flagship uses the same stabilized antimatter technology as hierarchy vessels and will be able to synthesize what you need. However, due to the size of your ship, we'll have to produce vast quantities of fuel, which will be a substantial drain on our resources.
Hey there, last friend Jim. Welcome to the stream. How can I assemble a fleet of fighting ships?
Our shipyard facilities are sophisticated and fully automated, permitting a handful of Starbase personnel to do the same job as 500 vac-suited construction workers. However, the only designs that we had in our computers were incomplete hierarchy ship designs. Things looked grim until one of the officers came forward with an amazing story. Even though the hercxena destroyed every Earthling cruiser in the fleet nearly 20 years ago, one of my maintenance engineers was a Starship production assistant at the Detroit shipyard. When Earth was conquered, she was ordered to destroy all ship construction databases. But she secretly made copies of the blueprint discs and then kept them with her ever since. These discs contain all the data we need to build as many Earthling cruisers as you want, provided you, Captain, can supply the large amounts of mineral resources required to build those vessels. In theory, Captain, we could build alien starships here if we had designs for them. However, it's a well-known fact that alien vessels just can't be flown in combat without native starship captains at the helm.
Alright. Oh, we require additional personnel for my ship.
We have almost 2,000 highly motivated, skilled professionals aboard this starbase, and every single one of them wants a berth aboard your starship. However, each hand we lose to your ship means less manpower here at the starbase, and this is reflected in the crew RU cost. As long as you don't lose too many crew members to combat or planet exploration, the RU cost will remain static. But we have only so many warm bodies on this starbase, and if your needs for crew grow beyond a certain point, the cost could increase dramatically.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Would you please explain the resource allocation system?
As you know, Captain, we've committed the entire output of this station to building your flagship and your battle fleet into the strongest force possible. However, our resources are very limited, and we feel you must decide how we are to spend our effort and materials. To aid you in making these decisions, we have implemented a resource allocation scheme. We provide you with a numerical assessment of the station's resources and ascribe a cost to each task we can perform and each device we can build. It's up to you to decide how you're going to spend your resource units, or RU as we call them. To acquire more RU, you must bring resources back to the starbase. These resources can be either in the form of mineral ores gathered from planet surfaces or already refined metals and other valuable materials from the wreckage of enemy starships.
Hey there, Keggo Chat. Welcome to the stream. What kind of resources are most useful for our mission?
The most straightforward way you can accumulate resource units is to bring mineral ores back to this starbase. There are probably enough resources in just the nearby dozen stars to build your ship into a powerful battleship or to create a strong task force of combat vessels. I would also recommend that you build several additional storage bays. When gathering minerals, focus on cleaning out one star system at a time. This way you minimize the cost of travel through hyperspace.
What use of Planet Lander's sophisticated life form analysis features?
While I respect your search for abstract knowledge, frankly, Captain, in our present circumstances, I see little use for such data here. Perhaps you could make use of biological information elsewhere.
Oh, you want to play this game too, there, Coco? Yeah. This one just came up on my list in the queue, so it ended up being the next one on the list. But that's good. Yeah, there's plenty of games to play and go around. Alright, that's all we
What else can I tell you?
what about the historical data? Alright. Yeah, but you redeemed this like last year or the year before, so it's been a couple years. Historical
What
data?
aspect of history, Captain?
I know about other starfaring races.
Which group of aliens?
You want the line?
Okay. Which race?
Oh god, this is gonna be a lot of dialogue here.
The Shofixti are a race of intelligent marsupials who had been civilized for only a few decades when the war began. They were discovered in the Delta Gorno star system by the Yehat, who adopted and then uplifted the Shofixti, giving them advanced technology and cultural definition. Shofixti are noble and fearless warriors, Captain. In addition, their incredible fecundity and rapid maturation rate kept Alliance ranks solid even at the worst part of the war. You know, I once flew as an observer aboard one of their ships on routine patrol. We never saw the enemy, but I could never stop thinking about the glory device it had strapped to the bottom of its hull.
We went all about that in the manual, so...
What other group of aliens are you interested in? Would you like information on any other aspect of history? We have some data on this subject. What do you want to know about?
Any indication of aliens visited Earth in the past?
Yes, there is. Aside from the precursor relics we have found on Earth, often in museums mislabeled as modern art, we've discovered disturbing evidence of much more recent visitation. Perhaps you're already aware that during the mid to late 20th century, there were unaccountable UFO sightings as well as dozens of reported encounters with alien life forms. Although we can discount many of the reports as wishful fabrication or traumatic translation, the military authorities of the time kept a secret record of the incidents which were legitimate. In each such case, the aliens are almost identical in appearance. They have white skin and minimal facial features except for huge almond-shaped eyes, which are often described as glowing or luminescent. This description fits almost perfectly the Arielu Lalile. In most of the legitimate encounters, the people involved describe being physically examined or modified by the aliens. In some cases, unusual pregnancies occurred, and in almost every instance, there were repeat visitations as though the Arielu Lalile were doing checkups on their subjects. We never got the chance to confront the Arielu Lalile about what they did to us and why. I wonder if we ever will.
Goody.
Would you like information on any other aspect of history? Sure. Anything else?
Come back to that later. How can we defeat the
Can you
Yoquan?
be more specific?
Also, there's aliens and
That all depends on
space.
whom you meet, doesn't it, Captain? Well, in all seriousness, if you encounter the Ilrath, Bucks, Androsynth, or other hierarchy battle thralls, I wouldn't hold out much hope for a peaceful encounter. So if you feel you have the advantage, attack. The resources you will scavenge from the enemy's wreckage are well worth the effort. If you can find Alliance races who are in a position to help us, then you must convince them to join with us. Their assistance may be crucial to our success.
Okay. Well, my shoes, what we need to do now?
Let's see. You need to build up and balance the strength of your flagship. I would add thrusters up to, say, 5 or 6. Speed is essential in combat, but it would also pay off over the long haul in hyperspace. And if you prefer to avoid confrontation, nothing beats a great pair of legs. I would add turning jets for increased maneuverability. I would add enough weapons to defend yourself if you're caught without escort ships. You need additional fuel, at least 50 units. Your weapons will be underpowered in combat if you don't have at least one dynamo. Use the resource units you have accumulated to improve your flagship.
Yeah, basically the path I was gonna go with that. Yeah, we're gonna go and get the thrusters and the what is that, the altitude thing, the turning rate, and then we'll go from there. Oh, how can we deal with the Yoquan?
Captain, I wish I had an easy answer, but I don't. The only way I can see of liberating Earth as well as the Alliance allies is to destroy the Urquan and their armada of battle thralls entirely.
Well, Amanda, do you have any long-range plans to defeat the Urquan hierarchy?
To defeat our enemies, we will need awesome strength, both in your flagship and the fleet, as well as the assistance of powerful new allies. Though combat will be unavoidable and sometimes necessary to achieve our goals, I'm certain your wits will be at least as important as your weapons. You'll need to explore this region of space, gathering resources and information wherever you go.
This sounds like very Starflighty. No, not like Starflight. How can I find the
Captain, but I
Urquan?
suspect their battle thralls know more than we do, so I suggest you try to gather information from them, perhaps by force.
How can we attack the Urquan most
At
effectively?
first, your ship will be far too vulnerable to permit frontal assaults on the Urquan. Even when your ship is at full power, we're faced with the reality that the hierarchy has thousands of ships. You cannot win the fight alone, Captain. You need allies. Also, towards the end of the war, when the hierarchy broke through the Corward front, we heard rumors that the Urquan had unleashed some kind of super weapon which was unstoppable by normal means. You need to find out if that rumor was true, Captain, because if the Urquan do have such a weapon, we'll have to find some way to stop it, or all our efforts are for naught.
Of course, they probably have a super weapon. How can we make alliances and with whom?
If you encounter an unknown alien race, proceed carefully and diplomatically. We need all the friends we can get, and we certainly can't afford any more enemies. Remember, Captain, with your precursor starship, you hold awesome power. But there will be situations when dealing with an alien race where a carrot will serve better than a stick. But first, you must determine what carrot the alien wants.
So basically gonna have to do quests for these aliens. And get some artifacts, I guess. And maybe get blueprint design for the ships. Oh, it's the fastest way to build up
You
our
need to
strength.
accumulate enough resources so we can build up your flagship and assemble a strong fleet. I'd also recommend that you acquire blueprints for other more powerful ships than our trusty cruiser. I suspect that aliens will not give you such prints unless you form an alliance with them.
Yep.
What else can we discuss?
Where can I find the most plentiful mineral
If you have the
resources?
patience, I would recommend you spend several months or even a year gathering mineral resources. You can find such minerals on almost any planet's surface, but the quality and density will vary depending upon the type of planet you're on. Base metals are probably the most common materials you'll find, but they aren't particularly valuable. You can find rarer precious and radioactive elements on metal-rich worlds such as Mercury. An old miner once told me that you could tell the relative quality of a planet's minerals based on the planet's color as seen from space. To remember the color sequence from good to bad, the miner had a mnemonic that went something like, "Very young orangutan could grow bananas perhaps rather well." It is also the case that mineral yields will be better at hotter stars. Temperature is related to the size and color of a star. Red stars are the coolest, then orange, yellow, green, blue, and the hottest stars are white.
Alright.
What else can I tell you? Fine. Is there anything else you need?
Okay.
Certainly, Captain. What do you need to know?
This is
Fine.
alright.
Is there anything else you need? Blow up an Urquan for me, Captain.
Alright. Okay, so we got some money, so I'll get our ship back to full health. Alright. Probably should save after doing all that. Okay, so we should buy some more fuel. $20 a piece. We'll go with 20. I'm not sure how quickly we'll go through the fuel. So these are, I guess, all the modules. What about the top half? Storage bay and wow, everything's expensive. I want to buy none of that. I'm looking to buy some more speed things, right? Velocity and altitude boosters. Oh, okay, so these things here. Thrusters, right? Don't want to spend that to zero just in case I need money for something else. I think we're in good shape here. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 more left. Our ship will move a little bit faster and turn a little bit faster too, so that's gonna be good. Look at the star map. It really determines how far out you can go. Yeah, I'm quite aware of that. I mean, I played stuff like that same sort of thing. You carry enough fuel to get back. Alright, so I think we're ready to gather more resources, I think. Yeah, not gonna stick to those very hot planets, right? We'll visit the outer planets and get what resources we can. So, alright, that's make another save here after buying all those. No, that's navigate. So Earth, did I get everything off this planet? Let's check this place out one more time. I think I got everything off of here. I think there's like one. Yeah. Okay, this is Venus. Yeah, Venus is very deadly. Yeah. We could save and try to land there again, but I think we're not gonna be able to do it without getting blown to bits. Yeah. Maybe we could pick up one. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that planet. Yeah, that's like near impossible. Yeah, they ain't getting nothing off of that planet. Alright, let's get out of here. So we have to go like to Jupiter. I don't know if there's anything else on Mars. Yeah, it's all gray. Yeah, so the first star control was actually mostly about the combat. And they definitely expanded the game in this version, in this release. It reminds me a lot like Starflight, where you go to each planet, get minerals to build up your ship, and then go into adventure mode to solve issues for the aliens. So I do believe we got some stuff from here, but let's go down and get the rest of these materials. We can get as much money as we can get, right? Yeah, I got some good old potassium. Not many valuable materials here, but we are full. Yeah, the star map is definitely it's definitely huge, right? Let's get out. It's probably not worth landing again to pick up that one last material. Let's go out. It'll cost more in fuel to land there again to get more materials from it. Alright, so that's Mars. And that up there is Uranus, Neptune. And the next one will be Jupiter. Oh, that's a Saturn. Yeah, there's no moons on this one. Even though Saturn has like 15 moons or something. There's a whole bunch of garbage. Alright, let's go pick up some material here. Oh, this is kind of dangerous. Yeah, this is kind of dangerous. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Jupiter's a gas giant, so and we're gonna die. I'm full. We lost like a bunch of crew. Let's see how I can tell if it's dangerous or not. There's nothing really to tell you that it's like super dangerous until you land on it. You land on. Probably we could reload. Probably they don't lose any people. I guess probably a good idea. We didn't make much progress, right? No. Oh, 3 or more can give you status effects. Let's go. We'll go with Mars. We'll save it after every planet. Let's go at the beginning of the game here. Yeah. Save often. Alright, save. Let's start down here because I never got this middle before, so let's get this one. Not that it really matters because it's all garbage. These minerals all. Okay. 3 or 4. We'll save after. We'll go back to Saturn. And then maybe look at trying to land on the actual outer planet. Oh, class 8, so this is probably dangerous. There's no minerals on here. No minerals. Alright, so let's go. Let's go to Jupiter. Maybe we can find a moon or two to harvest resources from. Oh, it wouldn't let me because there's nothing here. Alright, let's navigate to. There's a lot of moons here. I think green planets are bad. Class 1. Let's save. Start at one end and work our way across. We got some blue stuff, which is I think a little bit better than the gray stuff that we've been getting. Then I'll do that as soon as I get done harvesting. Alright, that's it. So, yeah, I think it's a level 1. Gray is level 3. Let's go purple. Class 2. Alright. Let's see if there's any minerals. There's nothing here. Let's save. I don't think we'll be. I think what the character is saying that we can't land on this planet. There's nothing here. We can. But we're not gonna find anything. The scanner didn't show up any minerals. Alright, green is good. Yeah, gas giants. Not gonna find anything in the gas giants. Oh, we got some red stuff in here. Class 2. Definitely a good one to get stuff off of, so... we're gonna save. And let's go. We're almost full already, so I'll make another trip. Gotta go down here first. Get the more. We're gonna do the grinding part of the game. Get all these minerals so we get enough money to upgrade our ship. This planet here could be dangerous. It is red. Oh, kind of like pink. It's a class 4. They're definitely gonna save here. We might be able to grab some stuff here. We'll see. We'll see in danger. There's only class 4, so it might not be too bad, but we'll see. Oh, it doesn't seem bad here. Yo, watch out for the earthquakes. Yeah. Oh, let's start over here. Let's go and get the rest of these. I'm gonna get up. Okay, we made it and nobody died. That's kind of a little risky though. Yeah, that should have been, I think, radioactive, right? That's... We can check our manifest here. Let's check how much more cargo space I have. We got some... A lot of radioactives. Make a save here. That's just for fun. See what happens going to gas giant. They probably can't land on it. It's, well, made out of gas, right? Yeah, it won't let you. So I think now would be a good time to go back. Because we're pretty full. Yep, we got 135 free. Let's go out further. So that's alright, Jupiter is done. We probably should buy like one more cargo bay, I think. I guess the next talk will be Neptune and Uranus.
good to see you again, Captain. By the way, I thought you should know. Our deep space monitoring team has detected faint alien signals coming from Uranus or somewhere in that general direction.
Oh boy.
The emanations are definitely being generated from within the solar system and could represent the presence of a hierarchy spy.
Oh boy, we have a spy. Write it down because there's one more time for us to wrap up here, so. Uranus. So, spy could probably be in Uranus, Neptune, or Pluto. Let's offload the minerals.
Not a bad job, Captain.
I got some more stuff to
We shall await your return, Captain.
buy some more stuff here. Fuel tank. Nearby, one more storage pod. Get some more speed. And one more turning jet. Oh, we got 3 more turning jets and 6 more speed things to get. We got more cargo space, so we'll be able to carry more crap. Which is kind of be important once we leave the solar system, right? That's it. Make a save here. Yeah, so I think that's all we'll have time for tonight. We spent a lot of time reading the manual and all that good stuff. So yeah, we'll get to play more game. We get to play the game some more tomorrow. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And yeah, we'll continue our quest here to get more minerals. Yeah, I haven't already, definitely please follow me here on Twitch, Twitter, Discord, YouTube, all that good stuff. Yeah, see you guys tomorrow. I'll be streaming some Wizardry 8 this weekend. So if you're interested in Wizardry, I'll be Saturday and Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, let's go find somebody to raid. No, that's good. Always good to have a backup. Yeah, why don't we go over and see Dr. CDCS here. He's playing some more StarCom Nexus. There's also a space game, so we'll go and yeah, we'll go check him out. And we'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Oh, Gothic 3. Nice. I haven't played any of the Gothic games yet. So yeah, thanks again. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow for some more Star Control 2. So take care and have a good night.